There are lots of ways of making money in Web3. You can make a project, you can flip projects, you can be a collab manager, you can be a developer, the list goes on and on. But there's one way that isn't talked about much, and this is the secret way to leverage what you do to make money in Web3. Now, to get straight to the point, it's via a DAO. Now, if you already know what a DAO is, use the chapters down below so you can fast forward to the good stuff. For the rest of you, I'll give you a brief overview of what a DAO is before I kick on with it. DAO stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization. In short, a DAO is a group chat with a shared bank account. People in the community propose ways to improve the DAO or the community, and sometimes they do this via spending the money in that shared bank account, and that money is called a treasury. This then goes to a vote, so the DAO votes, and if it's successful, then they spend the money. That proposal gets moved into action, and if it's not, well, business as usual, and they vote on something else again and again. No one person runs the project, everyone runs the project. There's no one person in charge, everyone is in charge, and that's how it is. So hopefully that kind of gets you up to speed with what a DAO is. So how can you make money off DAOs? What's the secret sauce? Well, simply put, you can put together a proposal to fund something that you're good at, taking a skill or passion that you have and working for the DAO. Now, look, this statement is super broad. It's like I'm saying, hey, here's how to make money online. So just hang with me for a moment while I dive into this further. Just say you're a graffiti artist. You could put together a proposal for, say, 2 ETH to do 8 murals over 8 weeks throughout your town. You document the process, take photos, videos of it, and give it to the project's team to actually post on Twitter, social media, things like that. And you being a DAO member, you want to share the word of the project that you're in, and it also means that the project appears more lively and more active to those that are looking to consider to buy into the project. So you can see here, something like that would be a win-win. Now, just say you like fashion and clothing and design, you could put together to design a line of couture clothing, not the standard kind of merch that you see in the NFT space, but the real unique, fun pieces. You could then hire some models, get a runway, bring the collection to life. Again, you're doing something for the project and pumping your NFT bags at the same time as you're getting paid. Hell, if you like making videos just like I'm making right here, you could get funding to start a YouTube account. You could get funding to start a TikTok account. Now, I'm sure that you're thinking that I'm reaching here, and I'm just trying to go through my thought process, and my kind of thinking is quite narrow because I'm a content dude, but this is just where my mind's going. So let me peel it back even more, and let me just break it down again, just how it works, so I can really hammer home the opportunity that is on the table. Nouns is a successful project, and their DAO is stupidly well funded. One of the proposals was for essentially a content arm of their DAO. And here they have contests and prizes for people making content, bringing awareness to the project, and it's basically free money up for grabs. For the DAO, they have money, and because there's no CEO, there's no boss, they need people to put their hand up and take the money to move the needle. It doesn't just need to be marketing for the project, it can be absolutely anything that the project needs to actually move forward that can be proposed within the DAO. All you have to do is mold what you do into the objectives of the DAO, and then you can get there. Now look, to get that juicy bag, you're gonna need to put together a banger proposal. So what would you need to do, and how can you put together a successful proposal for a DAO? Here is Dan from FrankenDAO with some tips. The first tip is,
you wanna make sure that you're aligned with the DAO's goals and their mission. The last thing you wanna do is go to a service DAO and you're discussing things about, off the wall things that have nothing to do with blockchain development, or talking about, we should start a bicycle team.
And the second tip that he's got,
pay attention to the guidelines that are in the DAO community. Generally speaking, there'll be a section that actually shows you how to write a good proposal. In general, when you're writing a proposal, you want to make sure, why am I even writing this? And why does this make sense? And how is this going to benefit the DAO? How is this going to benefit the holders? And how will this benefit the space at large? The last thing you want to do is going into it of how is this going to benefit you? Obviously, this proposal should benefit you to some degree because you're laboring, you're offering up your time. And so you should be benefited for that. You should be compensated for that. But the more you can think about how this can help the project and the brand, the better your proposal will perform better, and it will be received better.
And lastly, the third tip that he says,
get feedback. This is very important. Almost all DAOs and the ones that are functioning very well, a well-oiled machine, have a great feedback system. In our DAO, the first process in governance or the proposal process is Discord discussion. So once you've written your proposal, take it and post it into the community. You can DM people, post it in a thread, and start promoting it, start tagging it in the chats and get feedback on it. And what that does is it allows you to refine it. And actually understand what are the good parts of it, what are some parts where you can improve, and you can go back to the table with a much better proposal that you can then push on chain that will do significantly better and have a much better chance to actually pass it.
Now look, a great tool to look for DAOs in the space is thepass.to. I'll get the link down below, which positions itself as the home of DAOs and all DAO information. The Pass has all this information on DAOs, so I went straight to the source and asked them the hard questions to get you the information on the best tips to finding good quality DAOs.
It takes more than just innovative technology or just a great idea, because as a DAO, you have to involve the culture and believe into the ecosystem. So in this way, having a clear and a compelling vision and mission that aligns with the members and also the broader community is very important.
And the second thing to look out for when looking for DAOs,
a robust sense of the community and also fostering and incentivizing active participation from the members through a fair and also transparent governance is also crucial as well.
And the third thing that makes up a great DAO is
income stream, because for this part it's no different than building a company. So if you aims for the long run, you have to think about the revenue model and how to utilize the power of the DAO, because DAO is a talent pool. So utilizing the power of it and making a network. So that's the key metric of a DAO comparing to company. So by having this kind of stable income and everybody in the DAO has the ability to create the value and also to have the profits will be the way to sustain the development of the DAO.
Now, with those tips on quality DAOs, this is the best time to talk about the video sponsor, FrankenDAO. FrankenDAO has over $1 million under management, including 4 CryptoPunks. Their DAO is stacked with features like an ETH refunder, so stakers don't lose money on gas, a delegation feature, so it allows passive members to still have a say, a council, so whales can't come in, sweep the floor, and rug the assets. And FrankenDAO is legally registered as an unincorporated non-profit association. This gives the DAO legal clarity and allows the DAO to operate freely in the US, which is good for the US NFT holders. Now, for more information about FrankenDAO, I've got all the links down below. And full disclosure, I actually have some FrankenPunks staked within FrankenDAO. Now, what I'd personally look for in a DAO is a large treasury. The bigger the treasury, the more likely your proposals will go through, but there is a flip side. If it's a crazy huge treasury, it may be hard to actually get into the project. Now, the reason I want a large enough treasury is because you don't want people penny pinching, you want them to actually execute. I'd also look for proposals in the past that spend money to be ran like a business, not just getting people to work for free, people to kind of do socials, website, things like that, but actually using the funds to hire talented people to execute on fun, wild, and new things. If the DAO doesn't spend money, then you're not going to get your bag from that DAO. Now, the other thing is voting mechanism, looking for those voting mechanisms that work to your advantage. So if it's cheap to sweep and be a whale, then that may work for you, so you can put in that proposal and get it pushed through. If it's fair and anyone can submit a proposal, that's great. It means you're not competing with whales and token holders. And lastly, I think the DAO and their objectives need to match what you have. If you are a developer and you have skills that are in that sense, it doesn't make sense to go for a DAO that is based on art and trying to market itself. If you're a great marketer and you like to make content, then it might make sense to go for a DAO that actually has that ability, so you can actually kind of align with what they're doing. Now, my final thoughts about DAOs and leveraging them for your own benefit is to try to go into it with a give and not a take mentality. If you go in trying to give, you will then be rewarded on the other side with funding for what you do best. Now, I understand the idea of making monies off DAOs seems like a counterintuitive one that is a liquidity extracting event. But sadly, that's how attention and awareness is traded in the NFT space. I only properly looked into DAOs when I realized there was a way for me to have a chance and have a swing at a bat to make myself some money. But now I'm educated and I'm more considered on projects and DAOs in the future. And to be honest, if you can take your skill set, apply it to the DAO, get the DAO closer to their objective, but then also line your bags and line your pockets with some money and actually having a fair exchange of value, then I don't see that as a lose-win situation. I see that as a win-win situation, and that's good for everyone. So hopefully you found value in this video. Hopefully I gave you a little bit of an insight into a different way to actually make some money in the NFT space, a way for you to leverage your skills, your talents to make some money in the NFT space, and hopefully just open your eyes to something new. If you found value in this video, scroll down there, hit up that subscribe button, and while you're down there, also hit up the like button. As always, it's been a pleasure having you with me. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.